Many of you may just be wanting to get a fastest lap time at the track. So how can you improve your PR? So I might be going to Kauai tomorrow on March 13th. Last time I rode there, I got a 127. So what can I do? Or maybe I'm just mid-moto or midday. So I got a 127. Let's see what time of day I got it at. Time of day is always important. So fifth lap in, 10:25 to 10:39. So I got this at about 10:30 in the morning. The track is prime at that time. But how can I get a slightly faster lap time? So first thing I would do is just look at my history. So I got a PR here, but if it wasn't a PR, I would just go to the leaderboard and find out what my actual fastest time was. So it's a 127.93. It happened to be the actual one. And you change this to all time so that you're for sure seeing your all-time fastest lap. So cool. By the way, I'm second fastest all time on this vet track. I like that. But so here, go to your fastest lap and go. So down here, 127. Today's 127.93 is my fastest. So it says fastest lap time there. I can look at all kinds of stuff like what was my top speed. Notice I got my fastest lap time here, but it wasn't my fastest of the day. But that doesn't matter. It's probably not messing up. It's doing the corners, but we're going to figure that out. So right here, I can see that these are the two. The track has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments, and I got my fastest segments in segment 2 and segment 4. That means that there were other laps where I got a faster segment time in segment 1, 3, and 5. So the easiest way probably is just to come down here to lap 99, which is your theoretical fastest lap time, and I got a 126. So I've got like a half a second advantage that I can find, and that's just the combination of all my fastest segments right here. So also happens to probably have my top speed for the day, but again, that doesn't really matter. It's about, for my skill level and what I'm working on, it's about not messing up. One thing I can do real quick is let's just go to lap 5 and compare it to my lap 99. This is an easy way to see. Let's turn on this right here. This makes it really easy to compare differences. I'm not going to get into much here because this would be one way though. So it's like let's keep that zoom level active and we can just come back here. So I know what this section was like. This was downhill through this section, got really bumpy, and then a corner that you could just hit really hard. So probably the advantage would be to avoid some of the bumps come into the corner because it was kind of a bit of a downhill right into a left-handed corner. I'll bet you I gained some advantage just by staying around the outside like I did here on another lap that was in my lap 99. We'll pick apart that a little bit later. But this is one way. Just compare to your lap 99. Lap 99 you already did, so figure out what you did different. Maybe it's a different line through a corner and do that. Might be the easiest way. But if you want to jump in a little further, let me go back here. One other way to do it might be to compare to someone who got a lot faster lap time than you. So here's about a half a second, but I can, depending on what his lap looks like he's probably using a GPS watch because the accuracy isn't too great. So I'm not going to learn line choice by comparing to that. So I'm just going to, but that's always an option. You can go through the leaderboard and find anybody that you might want to compare with. Just pull that part way across, and then here's the leaderboard. So you can pick from anybody in that list to compare to, and maybe there's some ideas there. That's also really easy. But let's go back one step here and look for an even easier option. That is the view recommendation. So I can come in here. This works better if you have a precision GPS device that you can actually determine line choice. So with some of the newer Garmin watches, you can determine line choice. But with the Racebox or the XGPS, you for sure can. So this tool right here is, it's highlighting the ones that are circling. These are ones where there was an obvious advantage detected. Something. So let's just jump into one right here. So highlighting corner number 1 tips. Nice job. You had 3 line options in left-handed corner number 1. You made them all work. Slight advantage to the outside of 0.1 seconds compared lap 6 to lap 1. So what it's saying here is a 0.1 second advantage. I'm looking at this here. There's a consistency difference. I'm just going to hit analyze, and it's automatically going to jump me to that comparison it wanted me to do. So lap 6 to lap 1. So here you can see going outside versus inside, then kind of heading outside. So we can separate these so we can look at it. Now I'm going to hit this corner analysis. So it's telling me that when I was on this outer line where it was a little bit smoother, I had a 4 mile per hour corner speed difference just at the entry of the corner. And we detect the entry of the corner just by when you start to look like you're setting up for a corner. So like when you hit brakes, when you start to change the geometry of your corner, so starting to angle the bike in. Over here, just slightly off the screen, there's the corner geometric apex. And then over here is the speed apex of the corner. That's where the speed apex was. And we just tap this down here again one more time, and we go to the geometric apex of the corner. And I'm faster at the apex by 0.25 seconds. So that's 21 miles an hour here versus 19 miles an hour here. And then we'll just go to the exit of the corner. So yeah, 30 miles an hour versus 22. So 0.3 seconds to this point, and looking ahead a little bit more, you're going to see a slightly different analysis. But there it is. Like, it's just you can do that for any one of these. We'll go back and we'll look at the next. We can look at, I think this is an important corner here. So it's telling me I did 86.2% consistency. So I pretty much did it close to the same every time. No recommendations for that one, so they'll come back out. But we can just keep going through all the corners until we find one where there's a bigger difference. But yeah, take a look at recommendations. We just run a whole bunch of algorithms against, or a whole bunch of, we look at all your laps for just the session, and then we find some advantages. So you can do this for any one of your sessions and view the recommendations. And here's kind of a summary. You can say your perfect lap was 1.3 seconds faster. So go through all these, find one that looks like it could be a good fit and something that you can work on. And that may be the key to getting a faster lap time. One thing that I'll recommend just in addition is to just like time of day is obviously important to getting good lap times, and line choice is important. So many things go into this. It's not every day you're going to get a faster lap time. So I guess don't kill yourself trying to.